The spark fire on the outpost. The Arthurian armada came like wolves in the night. Humanity's colony at Lazarus Roman 4, a green world on the edge of mapped space, had grown prosperous. Its people built cities of glass and steel, powered by quiet ingenuity, guarded by nothing more than orbital defense platforms. To the Arthurians, it looked like prey. Their warships descended with contemptuous ease. Plasma storms rained down, tearing apart the colony's spires. Entire districts dissolved into ash. Civilians, men, women, children, were dragged from their shelters and executed on live broadcasts. The invaders mocked humanity in every language they knew. On the flagship's deck, Admiral Korthak laughed as his soldiers paraded human prisoners before the cameras. "You claim dominion over your stars," he sneered, "yet you cannot even defend your own brood. This is what comes of a species pretending at empire." The Arthurians believed they had proven humanity's weakness. What they didn't realize was that they had cut into something far larger than they understood. The mockery, a galaxy's echo of scorn. The slaughter became a show. Alien broadcasters replayed the massacre endlessly. Councils across the Orion Arm chuckled at Earth's silence. Commentators called humans civilized cattle, their treaties and diplomacy nothing but a thin veneer of fear. The Kersh hierarchy mocked Earth's diplomats, saying humans hid behind paper laws instead of iron fleets. The CHTAR Hive broadcast footage of the executions across their swarm worlds, teaching their young that humans bleed like any other animal. The Arthurian clans, so proud of their strike, celebrated by erecting monuments of human skulls in orbit. For weeks the galaxy waited for Earth's reply. None came, and so the galaxy laughed louder. They believed Earth was broken. They believed the silence was surrender. They were wrong. The silence shatters. It began with the disappearance of Arthurian patrols. Convoys went dark. Listening posts ceased transmissions. Entire flotillas slipped into silence without a trace. Then came the first warning. A single human dreadnought, the Leviathan, drifted into the Arthurian capital's sensor range. Scarred and battered, it was expected to be an easy target. Yet when their fleet moved in, the Leviathan unleashed a storm of kinetic lances that shredded destroyers like paper. Within minutes, the Arthurian sky filled with burning wreckage. Before self-destructing, the Leviathan broadcast a single message. "You took breath from Lazarus Roman 4. Now Earth takes yours." The galaxy froze. Moments later, human fleets, long hidden, long underestimated, emerged from shadow space. Silent armadas ignited their engines above alien skies. Entire constellations blinked with the sudden flare of human warships taking position. The silence was over. The mobilization of Earth. Earth had not been idle. The very laws mocked by alien commentators had given humanity something no empire expected: time. While aliens fought endless border wars, humans built quietly. Their shipyards burrowed into asteroids, their weapons tested in secrecy across dead moons. Every destroyed colony, every insult, every drop of human blood was fuel. Now the fire erupted. Fleets mobilized from Sol, from Mars, from Titan's forges. Dreadnoughts whose existence had been denied roared into formation. Orbital foundries went dark, not from destruction, but because they had emptied themselves into the war effort. The galaxy's observers stared in disbelief. Earth was not weak. Earth was not passive. Earth was a predator that had been holding its breath. And now it exhaled. The judgment, humanity descends. The retaliation was biblical. Above Arthurian Prime, human fleets eclipsed the sun. Miles-long warships descended in formations so vast that the sky itself became shadow. Orbital defense grids lit the void with desperate fire, but humanity's dreadnoughts swallowed the barrage and answered with annihilation. City-sized railguns cracked continents. Planetary shields fizzled under sustained bombardment. Within hours, entire oceans boiled away, leaving deserts of steam. On the ground, when human soldiers landed, they came not as an army but as a storm. Precision drops cut through strongholds, leaving nothing but smoldering ruins. Squads of powered infantry marched through fire with unflinching purpose. No Arthurian commander survived longer than a broadcast cycle. Across the galaxy, those who had laughed now watched in silence. Every channel showed the same footage. Earth's fleets blotting out stars. Earth's armies erasing entire civilizations in measured, merciless silence. The revelation, humanity's hidden role. It was then the galaxy realized the truth. The Arthurians had not just slaughtered a human colony. They had destroyed a keystone. Humanity had quietly woven itself into the fabric of the galactic order. Their engineers maintained jump gates. Their medics staffed alien hospitals. Their agriculture fed planets whose soil was long dead. By attacking Lazarus Roman 4, the Arthurians hadn't crippled humanity. They had crippled the galaxy's own life support. When Earth cut ties, when human ships stopped supplying medicines, when human stations locked down their gates, entire star systems began to choke. Crops failed, disease spread, trade routes collapsed. The galaxy suddenly understood. Humanity had been the quiet breath that kept civilization alive, and now that breath was being withdrawn. The climax, retaliation without mercy. The Arthurian Empire did not fall, it was erased. Human fleets crossed their systems with mathematical precision, each strike timed to maximize terror. Worlds burned not in chaos but in cold order. Civilian ships begged for mercy. None came. Alien governments that had mocked Earth scrambled to send apologies, promises, even tributes. They begged for treaties, for forgiveness. Earth's only reply was silence followed by the thunder of approaching fleets. The galaxy finally understood. Retaliation was not negotiation. Retaliation was final. The imagery was unforgettable. Suns blotted out by the sheer scale of warships. Armies descending like storms across once-proud capitals. The sound of human comms cold, clipped, merciless, broadcast into every corner of the galaxy. There was no debate. There was no counsel to plead to. There was only judgment. The aftermath, whispers in the ash. When the Arthurian starfields finally went dark, silence fell. The laughter of weeks past was gone, replaced by whispers. No alien dared speak too loudly of humans anymore. Even the proudest warlords avoided their borders. The hive minds taught their larvae a new lesson. Do not provoke Earth. Do not take their breath away, for humanity's vengeance is infinite. Across burned systems, survivors told hushed stories of fleets that moved like shadows and soldiers who walked through fire. In marketplaces, in war councils, in temples, one sentence carried on every tongue. Never provoke Earth again. The galaxy had thought humanity was fragile. Instead, it discovered something terrible. When humans were attacked, the entire galaxy suffocated with them. Epilogue: the infinite patience of Earth. In the years that followed, Earth rebuilt Lazarus Roman 4. Where ruins smoldered, towers rose again. Where graves lay, gardens bloomed. Humanity did not gloat, did not boast. They returned to silence, patient, watchful, eternal. But the galaxy never forgot. They had seen fleets that eclipsed suns. They had heard the silence break into thunder. They had lived through the moment when one species proved it could choke the galaxy itself. And so the galaxy lived in awe and fear of a truth carved into ash and fire. Humans had accidentally become the galaxy's life support. And when that support was threatened, Earth withdrew its breath, until silence was all that remained.